What's happening? It's your girl Mercedes Eileen. Welcome to my channel. Before we get deep into this video, if you have not watched the 2 videos before this one, please go watch them in order because it'll all make sense. I feel like it'll make a lot more sense if you go watch the other videos. But yeah, go ahead, subscribe, like if you're returning. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I appreciate you so much. God bless you. This video today is going to be about growth. If you don't know and you have not been watching and you didn't go back and watch the other videos like I told you, I am 34 weeks pregnant, 34 weeks and some days. My pregnancy started out really rough because I went through a breakup at the same time, and I'm also bipolar, which all of those things together really tore me down at the beginning of my pregnancy. But as you can see in my last video, I got a little bit better, but I started feeling some mom guilt about the decisions that I had made and, you know, the predicament that I put myself in. This video is about growth because in the past few months, I have grown more than I think I ever have as a person. Not just because I'm pregnant, but because of, you know, what I went through and how I've come out on top of every obstacle that has been thrown my way to destroy me. I've conquered it. I guess I'm gonna just piggyback off of my last video in this one. So in the last video, I talked a lot about mom guilt. I still kind of do feel those feelings. I don't think that feeling might ever actually go away, but I have come to an acceptance of it all. Like I've accepted a lot more of what has happened. I've been getting better at accepting things. One thing that I learned about myself is that I have really high expectations and I'm very critical. And I don't mean that in just one way, like not just with people, but with everything in my life. Like everything in my life, I had a certain expectation for myself. And when I let myself down, I crumble, right? So lately, I've been working on not crumbling. When an expectation that I have is not met, I might cry about it. I might still cry about it for about 5 minutes, but then I dust myself off and I keep it moving because life goes on. And I cannot be a mother and be crumbling every time something doesn't go my way. That's not how life works. Like you cannot function and get through life that way. And this is something that I'm just now learning as an adult. So yes, like nobody's ever taught me this. I'm learning this on my own. What else am I currently learning? I'm learning how to emotionally regulate myself. I have been so good about just accepting things that I wouldn't have accepted before. I'm becoming a lot more accepting, not only of things that happen outside of me that I don't control, but also myself. I have accepted things about myself. I'm working on accepting even more things about myself. I can be demanding. I can be a little bit controlling because I like to prevent bad things from happening. I'm not saying that those are good traits. Those can be bittersweet. Maybe more bitter than sweet, but I'm accepting that about myself. And I'm not perfect. I'm never gonna be perfect. I'm never gonna be right all the time. I'm never gonna be perfect. Like, and I had to accept that about myself. Believe it or not, I had to accept that about myself. I'm not perfect and I'm not going to be. I'm gonna have flaws and those are my flaws. I don't have crippling flaws. You get what I'm saying? One of them that was crippling though was my codependency, which I am completely like and utterly just disgusted with, and I'm getting rid of it because being codependent has failed me so terribly, as we can see with the last couple of videos. And you know, even one of the first videos I made about my first run-in with depression and everything like that, and with situations with my dad and all of that, I was very codependent on some things, and I'm learning how not to be codependent, which I'm so proud of myself for. I'm getting through day by day. I did figure out that I probably do have PTSD from what happened to me. I have flashbacks and I zone out a bit. I have emotional triggers. I have things that are regular things that shouldn't trigger me that do trigger me, and it makes me have flashbacks and it makes me really emotional. But I get past it, and I'm gonna keep getting past it. I have really like not let my circumstances destroy me, even though I've been close plenty of times. I'm getting out of that mindset. I'm choosing to think differently. I learned that that's how you get out of depression and, you know, anxiety and things like that. You choose to think differently. It's literally a choice. I did not know that before. It was like, I was just like, handicapped, man. It's insane. But like I said, with my medications and just changing my mindset, being more positive, replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts, and replacing being critical of myself with being accepting of myself and mothering myself, I've gotten a lot better as a person, and I like myself a lot better. When I was younger, my mom was not emotional, or she wasn't emotionally supportive. I did not express my emotions a lot to my mom. I still don't express my emotions a lot to my mom. It feels very weird and out of place. But as you can see, I'm a very emotional person, but I just can't do it with her. And that's because when I was younger, you know, she was so busy providing and being a single mom on her own that emotions was just not on her roster of things that were important. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Did it hinder me in a way? Yes, but she's not a bad person. She did not intend for it to go that way and for it to affect me the way that it did. But, you know, since it did, I am taking the steps that I need to not let that be a reason that I'm held back. I can't let it be a reason that I'm held back. One thing that I do want to be honest about, though, is I have been having a bit of anxiety about actually having my baby. Like I said, I'm 34 weeks. I've been having anxiety about what could happen after I had this baby. I've come to a point of just wishing that women could have babies on their own. Like, I wish I could have just created this baby on my own and it just been my responsibility. I've come out of the spiteful phase of healing. I'm not really in a spiteful phase at this point. I do have moments of anger. I do get angry and irritable sometimes, but I do think that that's just like a side effect of the possible PTSD that I might have. Like I said, I get through it, I get past it. I've definitely accepted my circumstances for what they are, and I'm getting better at accepting them quicker and not crying at all about it, but I do cry sometimes. And the whole daddy situation for me, it crosses my mind every now and then, and I do get anxiety about it and I overthink about it. That's one of the things that it's like I want to accept it, but I don't know what the situation is to be able to accept it. I have to accept that I don't know and I can't know right now, and I won't know until she gets here. That has been so hard for me to accept this whole pregnancy, but I do have anxiety about it, and I'm always looking at my baby's ultrasounds like, whose lips, whose nose? Like, I'm always looking to see. And I still have my thoughts about it, but realistically, like, I really just have to wait till she gets here. But I'm so excited for her to get here, and at the same time scared, and just like so many different emotions come up. I'm scared because of the pain that I might feel having the baby. I'm scared because I'm never gonna be childless again. Like, I literally have a child. Like, I can never say like, I don't got no kids. Like, no, that's not my situation. Those are not my circumstances. Like, I have a kid and she's not going anywhere anytime soon. She's gonna be there for the next at least 2 decades of my life. I just completed 2 decades of my life. And I'm about to spend the third and fourth decade of my life, this next half of my life, raising a child. I am a child. I'm still a child. Just pray for me, please. I'm pretty confident, you know, at least I'm willing to grow. I'm always looking to grow. I am getting better as a person. I'm you know, mothering myself, and I think that it's low-key teaching me how to mother someone else. Like I have an idea of how you would mother someone else because I've been mothering myself for the past couple of months. So I feel pretty secure, you know? It's a lot of people out here that don't want to grow, that don't want to be better, that don't care about having kids. They don't want to change. Like, nothing in life motivates them to be better. They're just who they are, and they want to stay that way. I'm grateful, so grateful that I do want to grow and I do want to be better, because I could be like, I don't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm blessed in that aspect. I think that's pretty much it. I really wanted to make this video positive because I know that my last 2 videos were kind of like Debbie Downers and a little bit more on the negative side. It's honestly a reflection of my life. Like, literally, that's how my life was. When I was making those videos, I was in negative places. I was in more negative headspaces. But in this video, I'm really not in a negative headspace. Like, I feel so positive. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like a new phase of my life is about to start. And I do feel like my baby is going to be with me in that phase for a reason. Like, she had to be there for it to be as great as it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I'm happy. You know, I have my moments when I think otherwise, but I cry for 5 minutes and I push through it and I get myself through it, because just being sad and feeling sorry for yourself and reliving things over and over again in your head do not help. They only make things worse. Doing those things only make things worse, and it keeps you in a negative space, and I don't want to be in a negative space anymore. I'm taking initiative and I am choosing to do better. I'm blessed to have a great medication that works great for me. It's perfect, you know, and it helps me do what I need to do, and it helps me feel a lot better. And I'm grateful and I'm blessed. Thank you so much for watching, and you be blessed.